one of the constraints or one of the values that we built off was like the player powers come from. Because of our fiction, they come from the aliens. So anything we come up with for an alien has to translate to this. And it doesn't have to be one-to-one, but there has to be a version of it that the player could possibly utilize as well. It was cool, but it was a big pain in the ass too, because, you could just brainstorm like,
oh, this is me cool power, but then we're like, yeah, but then the player gets a version of that, so what does that look like?
and sometimes that was badass, but sometimes that was like, we nixed something because it wasn't feasible or was out of scope. Our goal from the beginning was definitely to have an ecology, like an interconnected ecology, right?
So that they were just random monsters waiting in closets for you, but like that there was a reason why they existed, and there's like a hole, there's like a chart you can look at and see like, okay, this one descends from this one does this from this one, That was what we started with. And then of course, on top of that, it's just like, okay, well, what's actually fun? What's one fight, what's one shoot at, what's one to be scared of. And so probably like the Mimic, of course, is the most signature creature in the game, and that was super fun to develop.
Initially, the Mimic was actually the bipedal human, like Phantom.
I think Graph pitched an idea around like a creature that could like, disguise itself or whatever. And then in Noclip, we were like, well, let's make it not bespoke or like scripted. Let's make it so that it's actually systemic. We have a bunch of physics objects in the game. Why not just let the creature decide what it wants to mimic and put some rules around, how often and what its range is and stuff like that. But then we're like, guys, this means the player can do that too.
Like a player could turn into a cup and roll around the ground. And we were like, ah! And so that was like a major freak out, especially on the tech side, where, they were like the players going to turn into a pen and fall through the floor. Because all that's like super legit concerns.